Hey, this is Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. In this video we're going to tie a Perdigone style nymph. And we have a size 14 hook in the vise. You can tie these from size 12s all the way down to 18s. And what I'm going to do in this particular version is start with some 70 denier olive thread. Get my thread to the back. Tie in a Coq de Leon tail. I'm using brown here, but you can use any of the natural colors. Again, this is just kind of a template too, so if you have a color scheme in mind that works well at home, you can adapt it by just changing your thread color of your tails, and the rest of the body materials to kind of achieve that color scheme. So once I've got that in place, I'm going to tie in some Hen's Perdigone's tinsel, and I'm going to do kind of a black copper version here. And in another video we have one where it's a solid tinsel body, which is great when you want a lot of flash. But if you want a little less flash, just use the tinsel more as a ribbing. So build a slight taper here. Keep the fly fairly thin overall though. So now we'll take our tinsel, spiral that forward, leaving some gaps. Tie off the tinsel, trim off your excess. Go ahead and whip finish. What we'll do is switch to another bobbin that has datum floss on it, and we can put on a little hot spot. What I do for this is just start a couple of wraps, trim off the excess nice and close, and then right away switch over to a whip finisher and just tie a 3 or 4 turn whip finish. Trim that off. Now you can barely see that tinsel right now. I'm going to just flame this real quick with a lighter to get some of those little floss tags off. There we go. You can just barely see that tinsel, but when you put the UV resin over it, you'll start to see that iridescence come through. It's got a little drop of thin. Bone dry is another good option there. Run that over the fly. Nice and even, and go ahead, spin that a little bit, and then hit that with your UV light. And now you've got very simple to tie but very effective pattern. One of the reasons these flies are so effective is they get down very quickly, and that's due to the fact you've got a very streamlined body without really any resistance to hold it back from sinking through that water column. So these patterns are deadly in part because that little glint of flash, but also the fact that they get right in front of the fish almost instantly, and so the fly spends more time at the level of the fish and fishing than other types of flies that don't sink quite as fast. So definitely mess around with this style of fly, tie it in a variety of colors and sizes, and you'll have an option that works really well in most trout streams just about anywhere. I'm Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. Thanks for watching.